Hello everyone, and welcome back to episode 3 of my Deadman Progress videos. Unfortunately, this episode is starting with a bit of bad news. I died. So, remember how I said between episodes I'd be fishing in Catherby? Well, apparently it's a bit more dangerous than I thought it was, because after spending a few hours fishing, I just got killed, and it really sucks. I didn't see what happened, which is probably part of the reason why I died, because I wasn't looking. But here's the story. I was fishing there for a while, and my power went out. And I just got a disconnect. Are you kidding me? Well, at least you got to see the death message before the disconnect happened. So I guess I can redo this intro. But yeah. So I was fishing in Catherby. My power went out, and that meant I lost my internet, because the internet uses power. So my internet went out, and I just got back a bit ago. The power came back on, I got the internet working again, and I just logged into Deadman. I was still alive, thankfully, with a full inventory of fish. So as I got the recorder and everything set up, verified, my mic and such was working just in case I need to record, I went to cook the fish. And as I was checking that stuff, I looked back over, and I was in Lumbridge with the message in my chat box you saw at the start of this video, "Oh dear, you're dead." So let's start by looking at the damage, because I did lose a fair bit. I was over 800 total. I doubt I'm in the high scores anymore for, top players. I was in the top 200 and even top 100 farmers. So it's a pretty big loss there. But if we look at my bank, yeah. So I lost a fair bit of stuff. I'm actually not sure exactly what I lost, but I lost a fair bit. I did have a lot of fish. I lost all my salmon. I nearly had 500 lobsters I was getting ready, or trying to get to 500 lobsters to sell. I was almost there, so I lost all of them. I had a good bit of swordfish and tuna, lost all of them. Thankfully, I did bank 5 or 10 raw lobsters here, so I can cook them and at least have some higher level food. I lost all my armor I had on me. I had my normal studded dragon hide and such. I did also have my maple short bow on me, so that's gone too. I did also have, I thought I had my, I did have steel arrows on me. Not all of them though. I did lose my iron arrows, it looks like, and my iron bolts. I don't think I lost my death runes. I had that big stack of 144 death runes from the maze random. They're gone. My hides are gone. My tan leather, hard and soft. My potatoes cooked and raw are gone. I've been farming a fair bit. Aside from that, I can't really pick out anything that's obvious. My weeds are probably gone, and jugs of water. A few of the other things I had that were junk, chef's hat, just as value, they're definitely gone. I have been working on a burnt lobster collection, and thankfully this is safe from death, because the same stuff that is taking on death is the same stuff you can put in here. You only can put tradable items in, and because you can't trade this on the GE, you can't put this in here. So I'm pretty sure this stack of burnt lobsters will never be gone. I really hope so, because I just wanted to try and collect them. So now this is the stuff I'd lose on death, so I really can't die again. But yeah, I did lose a lot of levels, and not that much really. I should be able to rebuild easily enough, but yeah. And thankfully, I actually put some of the law runes in my safe deposit box, because that way I still had, it didn't take the ones in my bank. That's actually why I did that, in case you were wondering. But I don't know, I should be able to recover from this, because I do have in my safe deposit box my mithril sim, and I'm going to go get my training bow back, because I cannot live without that item. Oops, you did not see that. And yeah. So I'm going to go grab a training bow and teleport back to Camelot and start rebuilding by fishing, and then probably go and train my stats back up at some point. I don't know. But yeah, let's hope this episode goes better than it started off. So yeah. Okay, so I know I already started this video going over my death, but I want to do a more proper intro now for a couple of reasons. The first is that I had some things I wanted to talk about in the intro, like goals and such, I didn't get to do in the last clips. And the other reason is that it's been over a week since I recorded those clips and last played Deadman. So yeah, I last played the day I died and recorded those clips on November 3rd, and now it's November 12th when I'm recording this. So I did not play because I died. Dying was not the reason for playing for the past week. I just was busy the past week, and I actually was hoping to wait for updates, because yeah, the reason I was a bit annoyed that I died was because if you look here at history, Deadman the Ditch. So this update passed, or was about to pass, the day I died, and I was kind of annoyed because I thought that if I waited 2 more days, these changes might have been in effect and I wouldn't have lost as much experience. But it turns out, over a week later, 2 updates later, they still haven't come out, so I'm not as annoyed about that now. But I was kind of hoping that these changes would come out, and I really didn't want to play Deadman at the time, or was trying to avoid it because I knew there was a lot of things that were getting a bit controversial and problematic, like suiciding, although today's update has addressed a lot of them. And also, if you look, there's no attack option anymore because they made the update to separate attack options for NPCs and players, and I can now just hide attack options, so misclicks are no longer going to be a problem. So yeah, that's the main reason why I haven't played in the past week. I've just been busy and I'm waiting for updates. I want to get back into Deadman now and start recording again and make some progress because, well, I am really falling behind. Here are my stats. Since the last clips when I died, I did go and fish some more lobsters, and I also crafted and made some bowstrings. If you look here in my bank, I have over 250 lobsters and over 500 bowstrings, and I want to sell those, but I want to do this little intro before I went to Varrock and try to sell them because, well, with suiciders, selling can be a bit dangerous, but my plan is to sell them and buy some stuff for my safe deposit box because my safe deposit box is pretty bad. I want to get a rune sim mainly for training because I can use a rune sim and it will make my training a lot faster. I did look at stats before, and originally I was considering going straight for dragon, but a rune sim is about double the stats of a myth sim. So yeah, that scimitar would really help a lot with strength training or just training in general. So I think that's going to be what I go for. I might get some other items to put in there and maybe just train magic or such, but I just want to get some money and have more value in my safe deposit box mainly. And the other thing I want to talk about was some goals. I want to keep this brief, but I don't really have a lot of long-term goals for this series and Deadman in general, but after looking through some things I could do, I decided my main goal is a questcape because I've always liked quests and I always have had questcapes in all the different game modes I played and all the different games, or every version of RuneScape I had a questcape pretty much, besides Classic, of course. But yeah, so I definitely want to work to that because it's a very good long-term goal because it's kind of hard to do all the quests in Deadman because you need a lot of different skills, and yeah, with dying and losing experience, it will be a good challenge. Aside from that, I don't have any big goals. I would like to try killing some bosses later on if I can. Maybe nothing really hard like God Wars, but like solo Chaos Elemental even, or Mole. I don't know, just try and kill some bosses sounds fun. I might try and go for some 99s, but currently I'm not sure what skills I'm going to be protecting in the long term, so I really don't want to really say I'm going for a 99 in here yet, especially because I don't have a 99 in the main Old School RuneScape yet, so I kind of feel about saying I'm going for one here at the moment. But getting like an untrimmed hit point scape is something I considered because even though hit point insurance is coming out, I still will probably protect HP just because, well, even if I had 75 hit points protected, which I can't even afford to do even if I had the level, yeah, I still would want more than that in case of dark bows and other things. And oops, once again, you didn't see that. But yeah. And aside from that, I would like to do some PKing. I know I haven't done any PKing yet, and oh my god, a PK. But the main thing I would like to do is hunt Scald players, and at the moment I just want to focus on quests and stats and my bank, but later on that is something I would like to do, so yeah, I thought I'd just mention that now. But at the moment, the main thing you can expect to see from this series is a quest. Aw, poor guy. But yeah, the main thing you can expect to see from me is quests and just kind of skilling stuff like that. I probably will not be doing much PvP unless someone attacks me and I want to defend myself. So yeah, anyway, I think that's enough of an intro. I'm kind of known for blabbling on in intros and making them longer than need to be. So I think that's everything I want to say. Oh, also I want to be doing diaries as well as quests. But I probably will not finish them because I still haven't finished most of them, or the elite ones at least, and the main RuneScape, or main Old School RuneScape. So I don't know how far I'm going to get in Old School, but I would at least like to do maybe the easy and mediums, maybe hard at later on if I can. So yeah, but I think that's all I want to mention. Now I'm going to try to head to Varrock and sell those bowstring and lobsters and hopefully not get killed in the process. So yeah. Well, I have some good news. My first trading session in Deadman went surprisingly well. After I got to Varrock, I checked Zybas and found a guy buying some bowstrings. I went to the trade world and traded him. I sold all 500 bowstrings for 135 each with no trouble. Got like 67k from that, which is a lot more than I expected actually. And yeah, I couldn't find anyone to buy the lobsters, unfortunately. And that was also near the edge of the safe zone, and it seemed like a lot of people are trying to lure there by offering higher prices than normal, but mostly just people trying to sell them. Didn't see anyone really offering to buy. That wasn't an obvious lure. But yeah, aside from that though, I spent all the money, as you could probably have just saw, and I filled up my deposit box with a lot of gear. I just went around Varrock West on the trade world, buying stuff that looked worthwhile to buy, pretty much. So the first thing I got was a rune scimitar that was like 22k. Then I ended up buying a pure set of green dragon hide. I can't wear the body unless I do Dragon Slayer, and I don't see myself doing Dragon Slayer anytime soon. I'll probably go straight for the blue D-hide body because that does not need Dragon Slayer. So I got a blue set for, I think, probably 16k. I think that was 7k. That might be a bit overpriced, but well, I had a lot of money and I wanted to get rid of it quickly and fill this box up with stuff. Then I managed to get a magic bow for like 2k or something, and then I had like 20k left over, so I bought a rune axe for 20k. I'm pretty sure that was a bit overpriced, but I don't know, I just wanted to get useful and valuable items in here, so if I do need to, you know, sell it to buy stuff later on, hopefully I can. And rune items seem like a good choice at the moment. I almost was tempted to buy another rune sim, probably should have done that, but oh well. So yeah, trading went well, and if I ever need more money, I'll probably come back here and pick flax, but for the moment, I actually want to go and do the Fremnik Trial, because I have all the stats for it, and after I complete this, I can start the Fremnik Isles. I don't need all the stats to finish it to start it, I believe. If I do need the stats, I can just train them up real quick, but pretty sure you don't need the stats to start it. And I want to get access to yaks because it seems like the best place to train my combat stats back up, because yaks are right outside of a safe zone. So if someone does attack me, it should be easy enough to run inside, or at least it seems safer than any other place. If I train on cows or something, they're just too low level for me to really get good experience at now, and they're all outside of safe zones, and the stuff inside of safe zones is always crowded, and with suiciders, it's not that safe anymore. So I think yaks are, with the quests gating them, so not many players can get there, are probably going to be a pretty safe place, and I should be able to do the Fremnik Trials. I have all the stats for it, and yeah, so now I'm going to head up to Releka and try starting that. I might not be able to finish it all right now because I actually don't have enough money for it because you have to pay NPCs during it, but I should be able to do most of it without trouble, and if anything dangerous, interesting, or otherwise happens, well, hopefully I remember to turn on the recorder. So yeah, off to Releka. I've been making some good progress on the Fremnik Trials, but after I did the one where I had to bank all my items, I decided just to home port back to Lumbridge because I did not want to risk running down to Seer's Village without any food on me. It seemed like a good way to get myself killed. And while I was here, I trained up my stats a fair bit, back up to 58 combat, or 59 combat. And yeah, I got my, I think I was a 43 attack, strength, and defense. I got them all to 45. Then attack, I got a few more levels just in case I do die. I'll still have 40 attacks, so I can use the rune sim now at least. But I just want to train up a bit because the melee parts will give me a lot of trouble when I was going through the Fremnik Trials here. So if I just go over it quickly, I did do the Seer and Navigator one. The Merchant, Bard, and Reveler are right at the end, and it's really just the Warrior and Hunter that I'm having problems with now. So yeah, hopefully my increased stats will help. I only had the rune, or not the rune crossbow, the bronze crossbow when I tried to kill the dragon. I actually did find it fairly quickly though. So hopefully if I go back with a Mist Sim and then range as an alternative, I can kill it quick enough. And yeah, the one you have to fight with no armor, the Warriors Challenge, I had trouble with that, but I did read that you can bring a Draymond branch and fletch it. So I think I actually want to go and try and do Lost City now, or at least get the Draymond branches and then finish it at some other time. Because with my stats, it is kind of hard to fight that guy. I also didn't have a ton of food with me. I got him to his third form, but I only got him like 25, or at least a third down, maybe. So yeah, but I just was training here on Men in Lumbridge, and got my stats up. I also did that because I got a ton of herbs from it, and I really needed some herbs stockpile for when I do train herb lore later on. I also did get a medium, or an easy clue. I saw the medium clue as well that I would like to try and get around to. This one's north of Falador, I think, and this one's by the lighthouse, which I don't think I can easily access until I repair the bridge. So I'm holding off on both of these for now and focusing on quests, but yeah. And a few other things I did do in the area is I did start the Fremnik Diary, and I did start the Goblin part of RFD because I did Goblin Diplomacy since I last was here. And I also started Lost Tribe because Goblin Diplomacy was also missing for that, I believe. So yeah, now I'm going to make my way over to Antrana, and hopefully I can get that Draymond branch and such without any trouble. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so my rematch went a lot better, and oh wow, that was a bit quicker than I expected. I went with hitting 0 so many times and then just hit twice, so then I started recording. So yeah, but my rematch with the dragon there, I think that's how you pronounce it, I don't know, it's a weird word, went a lot better. So this will be the second to last trial completed. The only one I have left to do is the Warriors trial, the one where I have to go with no armor and fight the guy. And I was saving that for last because I want to get the last ones here done, before I tried that. So I have to run back to Sears now and grab food and the Drayman staff. I did do Lost City, or I got the staff anyway. I didn't record it because there really wasn't much to record. So yeah, I just have to do that one now, and hopefully that goes well. And yeah, I don't really think I have much more to report in on. So yeah. Well, it was a really close fight, but I just defeated the third form, and yeah, I barely had any food left. I was down to a few prayer points, and I thought he was going to kill me, or I thought I was going to come a lot closer. Now I'm just going to let him kill me so I can finish the quest. If I did not make the Drayman staff, I doubt I would have been able to do that, because look, I only had a little food left, and was low on health, and yeah, but with prayer flicking, also, I did get my prayer back up to 34. I didn't mention it when I was in Lumbridge, but from burying the bones off all the men and women, I was able to get my prayer up, and the extra prayers here definitely did help a lot too. So between them and the staff, I was able to beat him, or at least to his third form. You can fight his fourth form if you want to, but it doesn't change the quest at all, and you can get his sword as a drop, but the Fremnik warriors also drop it. So it's really not that special, and it just is a lot more work to do that. You need prayer potions and a lot better gear and setup than I currently have access to in Deadman anyway. So as soon as he kills me here, okay, it doesn't actually kill you as long as you get to the third stage. Oh god. I did not realize this was a Deadman area. But, yeah, I thought that guy there might just be here to PK me at first. That would have been a very anticlimactic ending. Just finish the quest and then, like, Debo specs. But, dark bows are in the game at the time of recording this, or they're starting to become more common anyway. But this should be the end of the Fremnik Trials, which is a pretty big milestone for my Deadman account anyway. And ta-da! The Fremnik Trials, look at all that experience, and do I get levels? Okay, I got attack level, a thieving level, that's it. Darn, hoped I would get a bit more, but that's still pretty good. So, yeah, but now I can do what I wanted from this whole process, which is start the Fremnik Isles and get to Yaks, and once I'm at Yaks, I can grind my other stats. So yeah, let me just talk to these people and start the quest, and hopefully I can do this safely. Hopefully. So I started the Fremnik Isles quest and made it to Jatiso, and I did enough of the quest already that I can access Nichesnot. These names are a bit of a tongue twister at times. But yeah, so now I'm going to head over there. But one other thing I'd like to note, this is actually a really good place to train and such. Personally, I love these shops because they don't have the best stuff, but like mithril armor and stuff, I don't know, they're just rather unique shops you don't see often. But out here, you can fish for sharks, well, the shark spot and the lobster swordfish tuna spot. And there is also a mine. I had a mine there for the ores for the quest. But yeah, so it does seem like a pretty good place to train because I think there won't be as many PKers here as Catherby. And the cities are safe zones. And now I can just... I always get them mixed up thinking they go to the other cities. Like the guy goes to Nichesnot and the girl goes to Jatiso, but it's the other way around. So yeah, and hopefully no PKers. Okay. There's no one scald, but there are a lot more people here than I was expecting, especially because of how uncrowded Jatiso was. But it is guarded here, so at least it's a safe enough area. And, yeah, so I completed my goal of making it to Yaks. I'm not sure how much I'm going to train. I might hop around to see if there's a better world. I also do want to check up there at the Ice Trove runs, because I know that's a very good way to get rune kite shields and granite shields, which are pretty valuable. So I might try doing that for money, but I also think it's near multi-combat, and there might be a lot of PKers there. So I'll have to be careful, but I will want to scout that out a bit. So, yeah, I guess I'll explore around the different worlds to see if Yaks are open and look around the island a bit and report back when there's something to say. So I did hop around the Yak worlds like I mentioned in the last clip and ended up doing some training, and I want to end the video off here. Unfortunately, it's been 2 weeks since I last recorded because I've been wanting to come back on and record the outro to the video and just didn't get around to it for 2 weeks, which is a bit embarrassing. But anyway, yeah, so I did hop around, find worlds, chat with some of the Yak killers. Apparently Yaks, at least 2 weeks ago, were pretty safe because no PKs really came here because it was so close to a safe zone. One person mentioned how one guy did skull and try and lure them up north to Malti, but they were able to get away. So Yaks does seem like a pretty good place to train, although I think it has got a bit more popular or populated in the last 2 weeks since I was last on. So I do plan to train here and do more training off camera. Also, I want to note something. One, I have 38 quest points that I'm on the Fremnik Isles, which is a bit of a feat on its own. And two, I didn't really note it when I finished the trials, but my Fremnik name is Bala. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. So, yeah. But anyway, my plans between now and the next episode, I decided I want to not record Deadman for a bit, just so I can have my account progress a bit more, and so I can kind of catch up on videos, because, well, like I said, I haven't recorded this in 2 weeks, and the first episode of Deadman still hasn't gone up. It's gonna go up soon, but it still hasn't gone up. So it's just, I'm very behind, or kind of ahead, I guess. There's a lot of time between when you're seeing this episode and when I'm recording it, and I want to get that gap to shrink a bit. So, yeah. But between now and the next episode, I want to work on getting my account to the point where I can do questing and stuff and not have to worry about as much. Like, I probably will die, I probably will lose stats, but I want to get to the point where I can do questing more confidently, just kind of breeze through a bunch of quests in a video instead of having, a lot of stuff to worry about, I guess. So here's my plan for what I want to do between now and the next episode. I want to train at Yax to get 60 attack, 60 strength, and 50 range. I want to go over to Jatiso. Yeah, I got the two names merged there. Jatiso, and start fishing until I can get sharks. I might do some sharks for money. Might also go back and pick some flax for money. Then I want to go and finish Lost City off camera, because I'm right at the end of the quest. There's not really much of a point on showing it on camera. I just have to take my German staff and walk into the city. And that will let me wield a dragon longsword. So with the money I'll make from fishing and flax, I want to go and buy some better combat gear. I want to buy a D-Long. I want to go get climbing boots, the hard leather gloves, maybe some jewelry like a glory or a combat bracelet. Then I want to come back here with the new gear and train up my stats a bit more, mainly get my defense up, which is the only one I don't really want to trade now until I get better gear, because, well, the rune scimitar is good, but it's just kind of not as quick if I use this compared to waiting to get a dragon scimitar. So that's kind of what I want to do gear-wise, just training off camera. I also would like to get my agility up, at least to 65, so I can use the tempo shortcut to get to Canifis, because that's a pretty good escape route, or, I don't know, most PKers probably have it by now, because I'm really far behind in Deadman. But, I don't know, I also just would like to build up more money in my safe box. I probably will need to enter my PIN. I don't really want to do that now. So, yeah, but that's pretty much my plans for what I'd like to do off camera. If I do die, I probably will show a clip of that, or what I do record after dying, after the intro to next video, just so it doesn't mess up the intro. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my plans for what I want to do between now and the next episode. Hopefully I'm able to do the training and such and get the D-Long and such without having any issues, but, yeah. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Until next time, goodbye.